Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm the Mystical Intuitive, and today's pick card reading is all about your dream spouse, your dream future spouse, or the person that you kind of expect to marry versus the real life future spouse. So we're going to compare the two. For pile 1 we have the Lapis Lazuli stone. For pile 2, we have the green jade stone. For pile 3, we have the clear quartz stone. So pick one of these 3 piles and then I'll see you at your reading. Okay, pile 1, the Lapis Lazuli stone, this is your reading. We're looking today at kind of your dream spouse or expected spouse versus the person that you're going to marry, your real life spouse. So we're going to compare the two. So let's first put some cards down for your expected or dream spouse. Let's see, which one is that? We have here the 8 of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Chariot, 3 of Pentacles. And then let's see your real life spouse. We have the 9 of Swords, the World card, and then we have the Moon card, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So right away what I can see, like when it comes to like characteristics, you know, what they look like, what they do for a profession, all that stuff, that lines up. But personality is a bit different here, but we'll dive into that. Okay, so right away I can tell that you guys are attracted to someone who is ambitious, who is successful, who maybe has like a lot of money, or they have like an important job title, especially here with the Chariot card. The Chariot card is for me the card of social mobility. So it's kind of like you want to marry someone successful. And with the World card here on the real life future spouse side, this person is going to be successful. And with the Ace of Pentacles, yes, they're going to be very financially stable, because it's the Ace of Pentacles. It's big money. You see how big this coin is? So yeah, this person, you want someone who is successful, provider, masculine, and that's this person, definitely. But then we have the Queen of Cups on the expected future spouse side. So this tells me that you want or expect your future spouse to be, you know, very emotionally expressive, very emotionally mature, and have it all together emotionally. But we have the Moon here, which is a bit the opposite energy here of the real life future spouse. So this tells me that your future spouse is maybe someone who actually kind of has a hard time with expressing their emotions. They're a bit secretive about their emotions, or they hold back. They don't want to be vulnerable. Maybe because, yeah, they just, especially here with the 9 of Swords and the Moon, this is maybe someone who's a bit anxious or stressed sometimes, right? And but I feel like they're not actually letting that on. Like on the outside, they look like they have it all together here with the World card and the Ace of Pentacles. And that's what you want here. You want someone who takes action, has it all together, knows what to do next. And I feel like your future spouse does. But secretly behind that, there's someone who's a bit anxious, someone who's a bit stressed here as well. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles on your expected future spouse side. That tells me that you want someone who's a team player. You want to make decisions together. And I feel like for the most part, that's going to be the case. But with the Moon here, this person is kind of like secretive. So they might take action before consulting you. And maybe that's what you want here with the Eight of Wands. Maybe you want someone who like takes care of things. Yeah. And with the Eight of Wands, maybe you want someone who is, you know, sweeps you off your feet, is fast, pursues you. But your future spouse is someone who overthinks, right? They're not impulsive here. Because they have the Moon and the Nine of Swords, so they think things over, right? You want them to chase you passionately, right? Everything moves quickly. It's almost like a whirlwind romance here. But yeah. And you want someone empathetic and emotionally nurturing, right? Someone who kind of understands your feelings without you telling them. And yeah. You want someone ambitious. You want someone who goes after what they want, knows what they want, pursues it with determination, right? And then with the Three of Pentacles, you want to be part of that, right? You want to be consulted. You want to be taken along on this path, right? It's almost like you want to be unstoppable together, right? It's teamwork. It's building a strong foundation side by side. We have the same goals here. That's what you want, right? It's a power couple energy. But the reality is a bit more complex, a bit more layered, and that's normal. But also richer. Yeah, so again, Nine of Swords, the Moon, anxieties. This person is a bit more unsure than you would like them to. That doesn't mean that they are going to be unsure about you in the beginning. But this person is not made of steel, right? They aren't always confident. They aren't always straightforward as you expect them to be. You know, they are mysterious here with the Moon. They may be a bit confusing at times, not always easy to read. Maybe you want someone bold, someone who is like what they say is what they mean, or they're very blunt. But with the Moon here, your future spouse is a bit more mysterious, right? But with the World card, it also shows me that this person has a lot of depth to them. You know, this person is very worldly, very expensive. And maybe also someone who is maybe from a different ethnicity or even different country than you expected. And you're really going to grow beyond your comfort zone here, right? And I feel like this person is going to help you as well, completing any cycles or any negative cycles and kind of level you up. And they're going to give you closure about stuff that you didn't think that you needed closure on. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, right? It all grounds this energy, right? You want the fire, the passion, but this person is maybe an earth sign, very grounded here. There's a lot of earth and air, so they're very logical, very practical here. But at the flip side, this with the Ace of Pentacles, that's kind of a seed of a long-lasting, stable relationship, right? So they're going to be consistent, stable, dependable, right? It's a seed of a true partnership. So your dream spouse is fast, romantic, idealistic, but the real spouse is your soul level partner, right? Flawed, mysterious, deeply human, but they're capable of giving you like this long-lasting relationship. They're very grounded here. The thing that kind of lines up the most is them being like ambitious, you know, having money, financially stable, career, ambitious, stuff like that. So let's see more. What is pile one's expected future spouse or dream future spouse? I'm hearing like them giving you like money or providing for you. Eight of Cups, King of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. And what's the person that they're going to end up with? Queen of Wands. Maybe you are the Queen of Wands. Maybe you have fire in your chart. We have the Queen of Swords, Two of Pentacles, the Emperor, Maybe they're a bit older than you expected, and we have the Five of Cups, or a lot more established than you expected as well. Okay, so, you know, with the Eight of Cups here, you kind of expect your future spouse to kind of already have walked away from all of their baggage. They, you know, have healed. But then we have the Queen of Swords for the real life future spouse. So that is a bit more nuanced here. But the Queen of Swords, you know, that kind of suggests to me, you know, your future spouse has been through pain, but instead of being completely free from it, they carry the wisdom, you know. They carry the lessons with them, and they're cautious because of it, right? They're very discerning, you know, sometimes a bit more guarded than you like, and not quick to just let anyone in, right? It's not that they will be cold, but they will expect honesty and directness and no games, no illusions here. And with the King of Swords here on the expected side, you expect them to be very smart, intellectual, rational, almost a bit stoic. Someone who's very sharp, very decisive, right? Emotionally in control. You want someone who always knows the right thing to do, you know? They have the right words, and they give you clarity and not make you feel confused here. But then we have the Two of Pentacles underneath it. So again, it's like that's indecision. That's weighing up your options, right? So again, they might be a bit more less decisive than you would like or something. You know, Two of Pentacles is also maybe being busy. They might juggle a lot. Maybe work, responsibilities, emotions, or maybe even the culture or family duties, right? They're not always perfectly stable, and sometimes you're going to see them struggle to balance it all. Yeah, for example, you might notice that they're a bit torn between career and family time. You know, they are definitely maybe a bit of a workaholic as well. Very ambitious. And then we have the Six of Pentacles on your expected side. So you imagine them to be fair, balanced, very generous, you know, equal give and take. Someone who matches your energy and someone who doesn't take too much. And I feel like that is definitely who your future spouse is. They're very giving. And they're the Emperor, right? So they're committed to you. They're not completely detached as you would imagine with the King of Swords. But they are definitely authoritative here. Very structured in life. They bring order. They bring responsibility and long-term commitment. You know, this person is definitely very reliable here, committed. Yeah, but sometimes they might come across as a bit rigid, right? Definitely maybe an earth sign or a air sign here. And then we have the Ten of Swords on your expected side. So you may unconsciously expect someone to be, you know, someone who has like closed the book on all their hardships, right? Someone who's already been through the darkest endings and is kind of now done with the pain, the betrayal. So when you meet, the relationship is kind of free from those struggles. But we have the Five of Cups on the real life future spouse side. So this is someone who's not already healed, right? Your future spouse still has regrets, griefs, or disappointments that they still carry on the inside. So yeah, they're still working through that, right? But they're human. Let's see some more. Who is the expected future spouse and the real life future spouse? Show me the expected future spouse side. Oh, like these are the wrong cards. Sorry. What's the expected future spouse here? The expected future spouse. Yeah, this card flew out. I've been here before with others. So again, they might still need to heal a bit from past pain, from past relationships. That doesn't mean that they are into those people. I feel like they're over those people, but they still carry the hurt around, right? That's normal. Tell me for pile 1, what's their expected future spouse? Feminine, yeah, it's like you want someone to be rational here with the King of Swords, someone who takes care of all things, but yet also the Queen of Cups, someone feminine, someone empathetic. Maybe this person is not yet fully in touch with their feminine side. They need to learn that. Capricorn, yeah, so ambitious, structured, have it all together. And for the most part, that is true. Caves under peer pressure or societal pressure. So maybe you want someone who's like traditional, who kind of like is maybe like to do what you like to do, or someone is something like that. They're easygoing. They just want to make you happy. Buys you lots of gifts and spoils you. Yeah, that's definitely the case here. I definitely see that. And then we have protective, proactive. Yeah, again, you want someone who gets things done, who takes care of stuff. Virgo, yeah, very disciplined. So let's see who you're actually going to get. So who is the real life future spouse for pile 1? Pagan. So maybe they have like maybe a different background or different religion or different beliefs than you expected. We have here serious. Yeah, so they are very Capricorn, like very serious, have it all together. Also serious about the relationship. Maybe you expect on an unconscious level people to be less serious, you know, with the current, you know, dating scene. It's people are, you know, sometimes very casual with it. But your future spouse is not like that. They're very serious from the beginning. So there's no hot and cold, love bombing, things like that. We have here difficulty with expressing emotions. Yeah. So you want them to be in their feminine energy, right? Empathetic, expressive of their emotions. But that's not the case here. I feel like this is something that they need to work on. They're not as emotionally expressive as you would want them to. High school. Okay. Equality in relationship. Yeah, we had the 3 of Pentacles earlier. You want someone who is a team player, someone you can work with, right? You're equals, and that's definitely the case here. But sometimes I do feel like this person does things without consulting you because they want to not stress you out. It's not because of like control issues or something like that, but they just don't want to burden you, right? If there are bills that they have difficulty with paying, they're not going to let you know about that because they don't want to stress you out. They're not afraid of the highs and lows in the relationships. They know it's natural. Yeah, they know it's natural. So I feel like you expect someone who, yeah, especially with the 8 of Wands earlier, someone who is passionate, but also a bit flighty. But your future spouse is someone who's serious. Like I said earlier, they don't mind the bad times in the relationships. They're not gonna walk away. Yeah, because we have the 8 of Cups as well here. So maybe you expect someone to walk away, to abandon you. But your future spouse is different than that. They're gonna help you heal that. Maybe some abandonment issues that you have as well. But this is someone who stays through thick and thin. They are loyal here. They're not going to give up. What else? Who is their real life future spouse? Reads a lot of books. Yeah, so you want someone intelligent, and this person is going to be intelligent, definitely. bachelor's degree. Yeah, so they might have a bachelor's degree. Yeah, there's something about maybe you liking people who have like impressive like job titles or impressive CVs or academic backgrounds. And yeah, this person definitely is going to have that. Pretends to be poorer than they are. Yeah, so this person might not give off that they're very financially stable. They may be, you know, very smart with their money. They don't just spend it on stuff that they don't need. So initially, you're not really going to see that they're very like financially stable here. But they are undemanding. Oh, so it's like this person just needs you to exist. Maybe you expect to work for their love. Maybe you expect to, you know, with the Three of Pentacles, kind of like do your weight of the job, I guess. Do your part of the job. But this person doesn't expect anything. You just need to enjoy life. They're very undemanding. They just want to take care of you here. They are the responsible one. They want to take care of everything. And that's what you're looking for, especially that I saw in the cards. And you're definitely going to get that. But this, again, underlining it again. This person is not made of steel, right? They get stressed. And sometimes you need to be mindful of that and just help them with that. Uninhibited expressing one's feelings or thoughts. You know, I feel like in the beginning of the relationships, they're gonna have trouble with being vulnerable, expressing emotions. But as time goes on, as they trust you more and more and they feel comfortable and safe, they're gonna open up and express their emotions, right? It's almost like there are gonna be moments in the relationships, especially in the beginning, where they're all of a sudden they kind of express their emotions in these small bursts here and there, and it's gonna caught you off guard, and it's special because they don't usually do that married. I'm not saying that this person is gonna be married with when you meet them, but the energy that I'm getting here is that this person wants marriage before you do. I feel like I think you expect someone who wants to take things slow, is maybe a bit casual in the beginning. But this person is sure about you in the beginning. They might know very early on that they want to marry you here. And they might want to get married early or fast, something like that. Let's see what else. Tell me, who's their real life future spouse? White lies. Yeah, it's like the moon. They are secretive. Not that they're necessarily liars. We have here Muslim. There's maybe something about the religion that's different, has been cheated on in the past. Yeah, so they still carry that around. They're not... They haven't processed their wounds completely, right? They still need to process that. So yeah, you expect someone, I feel like, completely healed, and that's not the case. We have here tolerant. They're very tolerant. Yeah, maybe you expect also someone who's like not really open-minded or something, or very rigid. And I feel like, yes, they are responsible, you know, they are the emperor, but they're still tolerant. They're still open-minded. They're tolerant and about your flaws and understanding. Backpacking. Okay, maybe this person, you know, is very adventurous or very active. Has never been in love before. Oh, so maybe you expect them to already maybe have their big love. I definitely feel like they've been in relationships before. They've been, of course, you know, betrayed, but it wasn't like a deep love. You know, even if they loved those people, it wasn't a deep love. You are like their first true love. Right? Let's get some other cards here for pile 1. Who is their real life future spouse? Yin energy. You know, with the moon card, they do have a strong feminine side. It's just that they don't express it initially. They are very intuitive. They're also going to be very patient with you, maybe a bit spiritual as well. 7th house. You know, to be honest, what I'm seeing from the cards, your expectations and the real life partner align pretty well. It's just a minor differences here and there. But yeah, this person is financially stable. They're generous. They want to take care of you. They want to be the responsible one. They also believe in equality in the relationship, stuff like that. They have like an intuitive, emotional side, but they're not going to express it initially. They're a lot more serious about you than you expect. You know, they want marriage and all that a lot sooner than you think. Yeah, 10th house. They have an amazing career here. Maybe you expect them to meet in your career, or they work in the same field. That could definitely be the case here. Conjunction. Yeah, I feel like this person is going to be a lot clingier than you think as well. A lot more obsessed. 6th house. Hard worker. They're going to be very healthy as well. All about working out. And fire. Yeah, that's you. I feel like you're the fire. And they're more the earth energy. But yeah, everything lines up pretty well. So congratulations. Well, that was all I have for you, pile 1. I hope it resonated with you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the reading. And if you want a private reading with me, you can always email me. My email's in the description box below. Have the most amazing day. Bye-bye. Okay, pile 2, the green jade stone. Today we're going to look at your dream spouse, or the person that you expect to marry, versus the person that you're going to end up with in real life. Okay, so tell me for pile 1, who is their expected or dream spouse? Tell me. We have here the Libra card. Okay, so I feel like you expect someone who's very conventionally attractive here, very beautiful, handsome. You are all about someone being elegant, very sophisticated. Maybe you're into that old money kind of aesthetic. You want someone who's elegant, who takes good care of themselves, puts effort into their looks. They're very pleasant to be around, very Venusian, right? Very charming as well. They're not combative, they're not argumentative, they're very pleasant here. Agreeable. We also have the Queen of Swords. So you expect someone who's very intellectual, very smart. You know, maybe they already have like a bachelor's or master's degree. You are interested in someone's mind. You expect someone to align maybe with your beliefs as well. You want the same, maybe that they, you know, have the same politics, political beliefs as you, or something like that. You want someone who aligns intellectually with you. Maybe you're also very smart. Yeah. We have here the Pluto card. So you like someone who's obsessed with you. You like someone who's intense, who knows what they want. They're not wishy-washy. It's all or nothing when it comes to love. That's how you are, right? You love deeply, you love strongly. You want to be merged with someone here with the Pluto card. Maybe you also like someone who is maybe dominant, maybe the responsible one in the connection. Or maybe it is you who likes control. I don't know, but we'll see. We have here the Virgo card and the Wheel of Fortune. So it's interesting. You want someone who is very responsible, has their life together, but is also exciting, right? They're not one-dimensional. They're not boring. Here with the Wheel of Fortune, they have multiple layers. They change all the time. They improve themselves as well. Virgo. You might be someone who likes someone who is maybe like a caretaker. Maybe you want it. Maybe you want to be nurtured. Maybe you want to be taken care of. Maybe you're also looking for someone who is, you know, into health, into fitness. They take good care of themselves. Maybe you also expect someone who's maybe a bit critical. Maybe that's something that you've grew up around in your childhood. Maybe your parents were a bit critical. Maybe on an unconscious basis you expect them to be critical. Yeah, let's see who your real life future spouse is. Let's see for pile 2, who's the real life future spouse? I'm seeing someone like getting like bending their knee and then like taking someone's shoes off or putting someone's shoes on. So this person is definitely going to be like a caretaker that you want here with the Virgo. They're going to do like those little things for you, maybe, you know, help you put your shoes on. So that definitely aligns. We have here Pisces. Okay, this person is definitely a lot more deep and spiritual than you think they are. Maybe with the Libra card, that's a bit more superficial energy, right? It's also very rational, especially here with the Queen of Swords and Virgo. But this person is a lot more in touch with their emotions and their spiritual side than you think here. And they feel a lot. They're sensitive, you know. They're not really all rational, you know. They're not the Queen of Swords where they always are clear. This person is a Pisces, or they have Piscean energy. They could also be very much a hopeless romantic. And that kind of does line up with the Libra energy. You know, maybe you want someone who's romantic here. Someone who gives you flowers, nice dinners, wine and dines you. And I definitely see that happening. But it's more than that. It's not only flowers and dinners. There's love letters. There's emotional expression. It's thoughtful gifts from the heart here with the Pisces card. We also have the 10 of Wands. So this person is definitely a hard worker. And they're going to work for your affection as well. Maybe you are someone here with the Queen of Swords who kind of makes people work for your affection. You have high standards. You're critical as well of the people that you date. And this person is not gonna run away from that. Maybe you expect someone to not meet your standards this lifetime, or maybe you expect someone to run away because they think you're too demanding. But this person doesn't run away. They're gonna meet your standards. They're gonna work for it as well. 3 of Swords. So this person has definitely maybe gotten their heart broken. They're a lot more sensitive than you think they are, right? A lot more. You have the power as well to break their heart, I'm hearing. Yeah. And we have the Knight of Wands. So they're exciting. Here with the Knight of Wands, they're passionate. I feel like I'm hearing like they're very good in bed. So they're gonna surprise you there. There's maybe a surprise element there. Maybe some kinks or something else that you're going to be surprised by. Yeah, what else? Who's the real life future spouse and how does it relate to the person that they expect? Five of Wands. Yeah, they're gonna fight for you, and I feel like you definitely didn't expect that. They're gonna stand their ground. Death. So the Pluto energy lines up. Temperance. Yeah, they feel to me like they are a fire sign. We didn't really have a lot of fire. We had a lot of air here. And a little bit of water and earth, but no fire here. So their main personality is maybe like a fire sign. Passionate, confident, extroverted, Why is the Death card here? So this person is definitely going to desire you. You know, their desire for you is very intense. Maybe a bit unexpected. I feel like maybe in the past you kind of had to beg for breadcrumbs, or people were breadcrumbing you. And I feel like this person, your future spouse, is going to be more intense than the people that you've dated in the past, right? Yeah. So it does look like your expectations, for the most part, line up with real life. The difference here I'm seeing is that they have a lot more like fiery energy to them, very passionate. And you expect people to not meet your standards, or that maybe you're a bit too much or too demanding, you want too much. But your future spouse is not going to run away. They're going to meet your standards. So let's see, who is their expected or dream future spouse here? Show me for pile 1. Narcissistic tendencies. Yeah, maybe you expect people to be narcissistic. Yeah, I feel like you are guarded here. I feel like you are someone who likes to be in control in love. You control your emotions and your feelings. You don't want to be bamboozled here. You feel like maybe you've been with a lot of people who, you know, seemed very nice and sweet in the beginning, or charming, and then you saw another side to them. But your future spouse is a lot more from the heart here, you know. They're fiery. They just express their core, their soul. They need that. We have here, lives in a small city. Okay, maybe you think that they're from a certain city, but they're going to be from a different city. Planner, yeah, you expect someone who's like planning, you know, a type A person. Yeah, you expect someone toxic. That's what you expect. Vegan and plays an instrument. Yeah, you also love someone who's like refined. You know, maybe plays the piano, maybe was like an honor student. They read like, you know, maybe they listen to classical music, or maybe they read like the classic English literature or something like that. You like someone refined here, someone sophisticated. And let's see who you're gonna get. Tell me, who's their real life future spouse? I see them holding your hand a lot. Left wing, okay, that could be left wing. So if you are left wing, that you political beliefs align. There's maybe something about your political beliefs align and you like that. It doesn't have to be left wing. We have here competitive. Yeah, this person is a lot more competitive than you think. They're a lot more argumentative or combative, not towards you, but they have spice to them, right? Because you want Libra here. But this person is honest. They don't like to beat around the bush or to not address stuff. Maybe it's going to be a bit you know, new for you, that when a problem arises, that they're not going to leave it untouched. They're not going to just forget about it or ignore it. They're going to address it head on. You know, they might come to you and they say, hey, I noticed you were upset about this, or I noticed your behavior is a bit changed. What's going on? I think this person is confrontational, not in like a bad way, but more like, you know, they want honesty here. They yeah, we have here self-reliant, self-efficient. Yeah, that kind of lines up with what you want. They don't need anyone's help here, or they might have like depression. We have here Jewish. Who else? Who is their real life future spouse? Leo, yeah, so they're very fiery here. They express from the heart. They're generous, they love deeply. Dominant, okay, they're very dominant as well. Dissolute, overindulging in sensual pleasures. Yeah, their libido is maybe very high. And again, there's something about bedroom activities that's going to really be different from your expectations. Maybe in the past people didn't, you know, didn't really pleasure you in the way that you wanted or something like that. But this person knows how to. They're going to pleasantly surprise you in the bedroom, definitely. They might be from Australia. Moralistic. This person is very moralistic. What else? Who's their real life future spouse here? Oh, celibate came out and old-fashioned. So maybe they do dress kind of like old money or very sophisticated or traditional. Maybe they've been celibate as well. Youthful. Okay, maybe they look a lot younger or they're very youthful. Yeah, I feel like this person is someone who lives in the moment, goes with the flow. They do have their life together, but I feel like they're going to be a lot more exciting. They're going to kind of bring you out of your shell to enjoy life more. They maybe like to text you or call you often. Yeah, that's definitely that obsessive energy, right? In the beginning. And then we have possessive. Yeah, they're going to be possessive, maybe a bit more jealous than you expected as well. What else? Who's their real life future spouse? Preservant. So they don't just run away at the first argument. And it's again, you're going to test them. And they're going to ace all those tests. They're not going to run away like you expect them to. Realistic about love. Yeah, they're realistic about love. They don't have like rose-colored glasses on. They don't think that everything is going to be, you know, perfect. They don't mind the challenges here. So that's really nice. Well, that's all I have for you, pal 2. I hope it resonated with you. Yeah, please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the reading. And if you want a private reading with me, you can always email me. My email's in the description box below. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye. Okay, pile 3, the clear quartz stone. This is your reading. We're looking at your expected or dream future spouse versus the person that you're going to end up with in real life. So let's see, for the people that chose pile 1, who is their expected or dream future spouse? King of Swords. Okay, you like someone who's intelligent, who's rational, maybe like a lawyer or someone who is maybe a scientist or someone who works in a corporate world or a banker or something like that. You like someone who's smart, intelligent here. Maybe someone who has like a managerial role or a supervisor role here. You like someone direct, someone honest, someone who doesn't play, someone who is blunt as well. What you see is what you get. They're not a liar. We also have here the 4 of Swords. So you also expect someone to be calm with you, someone to be your safe haven, someone to be your peace. They're not argumentative, they're not full of drama, they're not abusive or toxic like that. I feel like maybe you are sensitive, even though they're kind of like honest. You still expect them to kind of, you know, spare your feelings and be gentle and kind with you. But yeah, you want them to be your protector. Maybe you even like someone who's, I don't know, in the military, or King of Swords can be that. Someone who protects you. If that's not the case, it's just someone who protects you and guides you, I'm hearing. Someone who you can relax with. Someone who heals you almost, like heals all your wounds, who's understanding of your past as well. We have your 10 of Swords. Yeah, you've been maybe a bit betrayed. Maybe you've been let down. Maybe you expect people to be critical of you or to betray you or to lie to you, right? you're still kind of running on those negative thought patterns, or that's still in you, I guess. Negative loops from the past experience. 5 of Cups, yeah, you expect to be abandoned here. But I also feel like you would love someone to help you, reassure you, protect you, console you when you're upset. Maybe you deal with mental health issues. You just want someone to get you emotionally and be gentle with you, I feel like. Yeah. Because maybe you've loved and lost that person as well. Maybe you've been in a long-term relationship that you expected to go the distance, but it ended. We have here the Magician. It's almost like you want someone who takes care of you, because maybe right now things are not gonna really go well in your life, and you are in a time where you need to heal and protect yourself, and you want someone who kind of shelters you from the outside world. We have the Magician here. So you want someone who's action orientated, who has a lot of willpower. Maybe also a willpower to be faithful as well, to control themselves. You like someone who's very skillful, smart, intelligent, you know. Has it all figured out. Someone who can almost like do everything. So let's see who your real life future spouse is. So let's see for pile 2 of 3. Who's their real life future spouse? Who are they going to end up with? Someone youthful, I'm hearing, or they look younger than their age. 8 of Pentacles. I feel like this person hasn't had a lot of hardships as well. Maybe you expect someone with baggage or hardships, and I feel like this person is going to be very easygoing. They're a hard worker here with the 8 of Pentacles. They're going to work hard in their relationship as well. They're going to put effort. They're going to continue to work on the relationships, even like 10 years down the line. Maybe you expect someone to disappoint you here with the 5 of Cups, betray you, and that's not this person, right? They're going to work for your affection. Again, even like 15 years down the line. They may also be someone who maybe created their own business. Maybe you expect someone to work for someone else here. But they might be an entrepreneur here. Yeah, they might have created their own business, or maybe they have like multiple streams of income. And we have here the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is a lot more insecure than you think. Maybe you are also a bit insecure. Maybe you're a bit insecure about your body, your weight, I'm hearing, or other stuff, maybe about your past. And maybe you really haven't thought about the fact that maybe your future spouse is insecure too, right? They're not perfect either. Maybe they put you on a pedestal here. Maybe they feel that they're not worthy of you. We have here the 5 of Pentacles. So, sorry, the Ace of Wands. But back to the 5 of Pentacles. For some reason, on an unconscious level, you might expect someone who's been through a lot. And I feel like they will have been through a lot. They might have been abandoned by family, by friends, by people in their past. So they do have wounds there. Ace of Wands. This person is a go-getter. Again, this person feels like to me that they have like some sort of business. They're an entrepreneur or something like that. They're also creative, maybe. Maybe they play an instrument. But yeah, this is someone who might have their own business. 2 of Swords. Yeah, you expect someone who's like decisive, but with the 2 of Swords. They may be a bit indecisive. They may need some time to make decisions in life. They think things over. That doesn't mean that they're going to be indecisive about you. We also have the 7 of Pentacles. So this person is patient. They're going to be very patient with you. You know, maybe you expect someone to be critical, like I said. But this person is very patient with you, with your flaws. They're not going to be mad or angry if you make mistakes. This person also maybe has a crush on you in the beginning, and maybe they're watching you from afar for a while. Maybe you're really not gonna, with the Two of Swords, you're not gonna really notice them in the beginning or see who this person is. Definitely, this is a love story where you didn't expect to end up with this person. It's unexpected here. Yeah, definitely. Let's see what else. Who is kind of like their expected future spouse? Six of Cups. Or maybe you expect for some of you to be with someone from the past. Page of Pentacles. Maybe a lot younger. Maybe this person is like young, or they're just starting their career, or they're not established yet. Yeah. Maybe you expect someone to maybe already have children. Or maybe you have children and you expect them to accept your children. Three of Swords. Yeah, maybe it's someone from the past that broke your heart. Eight of Cups. Someone that you walked away from for some of you. Let's see. Who is their real life future spouse? Who are they going to end up with here? Justice. You might be different from each other, right? You have a white cat and a black cat. They might be opposites in personality or looks or something like that. Seven of Wands. Four of Wands. Ace of Cups. Yeah. You're gonna almost experience unconditional love with this person here. They're very forgiving. They're very empathetic towards you. Very emotionally mature. They're gonna be gentle with you. So you want someone like that who's gentle with you because, yeah, you're the Six of Cups. Maybe a bit innocent or something like that. Or maybe you're inexperienced in love as well. Maybe this is your first long-term big relationship or something like that. And they're going to handle you with care, with gentleness. So yeah, it does line up here. We've had that for all three piles, that the expectations in the real life future spouse does line up with minor differences here. We have Justice, Four of Wands. So it's almost like Seven of Wands. This person is going to be determined to marry you. They really want to marry you. Three of Wands. It's almost like this person is going to come in sooner than you think. They're coming. And here with the Seven of Wands, they stand their ground. When they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. And one of those things is marrying you. You might get married early on here with the Justice or Four of Wands. You might have not expected to get married, maybe for this pile. Maybe you expect to be alone. And that's not the case. You're going to attract new love here. New love is coming. It's a very good person. So let's get some other cards. Who is for pile 3? Who is their expected future spouse? Who's their expected future spouse? I'm hearing like friends. So maybe you expect to be like friends first or something like that. Long phone call conversations. Yeah, maybe you're someone who likes maybe a long talking stage, you know, getting to know someone. But I feel like this person maybe wants to go faster, from a different culture. Maybe you are into that. Let's see. Beautiful. You want someone attractive. South America. Weightlifting. Someone who might weightlift. Desired by a lot of people. Or maybe you have some jealousy issues here. Maybe you're going to feel like you're going to have to compete with others or something like that. But I feel like that's not the case. We have assertive. Yeah, this person is definitely assertive. So tell me, who is their real life future spouse? Who are they going to end up with? Reads people well. Okay, this person is very perceptive. Also you, like they're gonna read you. You're an open book to them. You're not gonna hide your feelings. Maybe you think you can, but no, it's almost like they're going to be able to read you very well. They're gonna read your needs without you telling them. Yeah, we have here rich. Yeah, so there's something about money here. Maybe they're an entrepreneur, or maybe their job is a lot more bigger or more important or a lot more lucrative than you think. They might have multiple streams of incomes as well. Yeah. Progressive. Okay. We have here fight the problem, not the other person. It's you and that person's the problem. You versus them. Yeah. So again, I feel like this person rarely gets mad at you. You're like, yeah, you wanted someone gentle and you're going to get that, right? They're not going to be critical of you. Patient. Yeah, they're going to be patient with you. Helpful. Very helpful. They like to take care of you. What else? Who is pile 3 going to end up with? Financially responsible. Yeah. Cultured. Buddhist. Patriotic. Helps with cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the kids. Yeah, very helpful. Maybe you expect someone who makes you do that all by yourself, but not this person. Outgoing. Maybe you're a bit more introverted, but you're going to attract a very extroverted, outgoing person. Maybe they're going to get you out of your comfort zone and maybe take you to, you know, out of the house and do stuff. And it's, yeah. I'm going to give you new experiences here. What else? Who's their real life future spouse? Like this person is not going to make fun of you. Like maybe, for instance, if you still like to maybe watch cartoons and you're afraid that this person is going to, you know, think you're childish, they're not going to be like that. They're going to be accepting. Maybe your love language, quality time. They like to spend a lot of time with you. Non-conformist. Too prideful to say sorry first. Quality in the relationship. Undemanding and successful. Yeah, they're going to be a lot more successful in the relationship. I don't get the sense that they're prideful, to be honest. How would I read this card? It's almost like they don't want to mess up in the first place where they have to say sorry. I feel like this is not someone who's going to make you upset a lot. So that's really nice. Well, I still have you, pile 3. I hope it resonated with you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the reading. And of course, if you want a private reading, I'm always available. My email's in the description box below. Email me. And yeah, have a good day. Bye-bye.